Good afternoon, everybody. As Kate mentioned, my name's Richard Drakeley, and I'm the Tourism Development Manager here at the National Forest Company. I'm going to talk you through our new campaign expression, Forest Life, and give you a little bit of context of why we've created this, how we've been using it over the last 12 months, how we intend to move forward over the next 12 months, and also to outline some opportunities how you can get involved with the campaign and support delivery of the National Forest Growth Plan. We've heard this morning from a number of speakers about reinforcing the idea of creating a distinctive identity for the National Forest and a brand that reflects and leads with a forest-first focus. So supporting the delivery of the Destination Development Plan, we have produced what we call a companion destination marketing strategy. And as part of the development of that process, we took a bit of an external look at our existing destination marketing activity and also looking at the external environment in general, looking at key trends of what was happening in the wider world out there. We've heard some of that being fed back to us today in terms of that it is a very competitive marketplace out there. The National Forest is competing with lots of other destinations, both within the UK and overseas. And particularly as we move towards more of a digital world, it's a lot easier for smaller destinations to compete by using those digital platforms. So as part of that data analysis of looking at the marketing strategy, we found that within the National Forest area, across our 200 square miles, there's a lot of different attractions, activities, festivals and events taking place. And that's sometimes quite confusing to our visitors because we all, in addition to the National Forest, you as attractions, activity providers in itself, are all putting out your messages, and sometimes they were felt to be slightly disconnected or not necessarily showing a connection to the National Forest. So, for example, we've got some really key big attractions here in the National Forest. We're at Cork Abbey today, one of the National Trust flagship attractions. We've got the National Memorial Arboretum. We've got the National Brewery Centre. Each of those attractions has their own marketing budgets and is pumping out their own messages. So we needed to find a means of how we could tie all of those things together. We've mentioned also earlier about how the visitors' expectations of changing. Visitors, as Kurt said and Michelle reiterated, are not looking to consume products. They want to consume experiences. And we needed something through our destination marketing plan that would be able to pull all of this together. And also in terms of looking back at the historic destination marketing campaigns that we've delivered as part of the National Forest and Beyond partnership, it was felt that we were leading too much with a print focus. We know that it's a big digital world out there. We used to print 40,000 visitor guides. It was a fantastic guide. It really was a showcase for the National Forest, but we could actually only serve that content to a potential audience of 40,000 visitors. So this sets us up for the opportunity that we wanted to look again at creating a central identity that reinforced the distinctiveness of the forest, but also enable individual attractions, venues and experience operators that make up the forest, so to have something that could work together. We also were mindful that operating in a digital world, we needed to touch our visitors through every touch point of the digital journey. Google have identified something they call the 5 stages of travel and tourism planning. So we all go through those stages. So just talk you through that diagram from 12 o'clock working clockwise. Before we even consider where we want to go, we have thoughts, we dream about ideas, we've been motivated by pictures, we've seen Facebook feeds of our friends, of ideas of where they go. So it plants a seed in our mind. As we move through to the next stage of the purchase journey, we're looking to actually plan where we want to go. So we need to be front of mind on those booking websites, with reviews on TripAdvisor, etc., so that the National Forest product stands out within that digital world. Also, we need to be able to make it easy for our visitors to be able to book the product here in the National Forest. One of the things that we'll be looking at this afternoon is about working together to create bookable product and working with our destination management organisations to create a platform that we can get that out to the wider world. The experience of our visitors when they actually hear the destination is paramount of importance. You guys are providing the front of house service to our visitors, so it's important that you know what the National Forest stands for, have information about the wide breadth and depth of our visitor offer, so that you can leave our visitors that actually come to the destination better informed about their stay whilst they're here, but also about what they might like to do when they come the next time. And then that moves into the visitors themselves. We've talked about everybody having mobile phones with sophisticated cameras, the opportunity for visitors, residents, taking pictures of their experiences here in the National Forest. They're actually becoming our advocates and actually helping to sell the destination. So we needed to create a new campaign, Central Identity. We'll be able to pick up on all of those 5 stages of the digital journey. And that creative platform, which reinforces the distinctiveness of the forest, is what we call Forest Life. But it's very much more than just a logo, and I'll talk you that through now. So Forest Life is our new central tourism campaign identity, but it allows us to pick up about experiences. So it's not about individual products or individual venues, it's about the connection that our visitors have with those attractions, but reinforcing the essence of what the National Forest is about. It will also allow us to capture all of those different stories in one central voice. And it allows us as a destination to compete with those other bigger destinations and allows us and you yourselves to be part of something bigger. It's about feeding the minds and imaginations of our potential visitors and serving them up relevant content at each stage of the digital journey. So Forest Life can be used in social media posts. It can be used as a logo sign-off on printed communications. We still do value print here in the National Forest, particularly as a dispersal tool when visitors are here. So we have our attractions guide here, so it has Forest Life as a signature sign-off on that. But it's so much more than that. It's a way of communicating the personality and characters and the values of the National Forest. In effect, it's a sub-brand to impact our audience's thoughts, feelings and considerations. I'm going to talk you through a little bit about what we call about the essence of Forest Life. So we're talking about experiences here, so the type of things that visitors can do, a great number of things here in the forest, or are really unique to the National Forest. So things that we're about as a forest, we are easy active. We're not the peaks of the Peak District. You can do gentle walking, outdoors exercise. You don't need to spend lots of money on flashy equipment to enjoy the National Forest. We're about connecting with family and connecting each other with nature. So family time, being inclusive and thinking about healthy, active lifestyles, family fun. And also a key consideration is we need to remember that the National Forest is here because of what was our industrial heritage, so the clay extraction and the mining heritage, and how our visitors can engage with that as part of the telling the wider story of the National Forest is very important to us. I'm going to talk you through now a few ways that we have been using Forest Life over the last 12 months. The National Forest Company has invested significant resources in terms of developing a new visitor website. That website is fully responsive. We know the majority of users of the website and users of internet as a whole lead with a mobile-first approach. We've also built into the website the ability for prospective visitors to sign up to e-newsletters, and we're also integrating content, a Forest Life blog, which feeds the ideas and the imagination of all these unique stories and experiences that we have to tell in the National Forest. As an example of some of the digital communications that we've been delivering as part of the campaign over the last 12 months, we've been producing bi-monthly e-newsletters. We have a healthy prospect list of around 30,000 visitors on our database. and we've been contacting them every other month with relevant content about the activities, events that's taking place in the National Forest, but making sure that that's all set in the context of what we mean by forest life. We've also been engaging bloggers and been working with a number of early adopter attractions with us to target bloggers from nearby cities, Nottingham, Birmingham, for example, to actually have a day out in the forest, talk up the attraction and venue and position that in the Forest Life campaign and in the context that those locations are in the National Forest. And that's been very successful, and we've worked with key attractions such as Conkers and the National Memorial Arboretum and the National Forest Adventure Farm on that. So supporting the forest life, we recognise that it's not just our role as the National Forest Company working with all your partners to promote the destination. You're doing that for us. So we've produced some resources that enable you to work with the brand of Forest Life and be able to integrate that as part of your marketing effort. So we have got a toolkit available to businesses, and as of today we'll be following up with ways that you can get involved with Forest Life and make use of that toolkit. We've also been delivering some business support activity around upskilling businesses' skills in use of digital marketing. So we've done a couple of workshops around Facebook, Twitter, and also how attractions and venues themselves can engage bloggers to help talk up their product offering within the National Forest. Looking ahead over the next 12 months, we have what we call as a content calendar, which we use across all of our digital marketing platforms. Over the last 12 months, we've been looking at that as monthly content, but it didn't necessarily feel that it was really selling the National Forest and our distinctiveness. So we're re-evaluating that and looking to work across the seasons of the forest, pulling out relevant content that will engage with our audiences. So over the next 12 months that we are looking to use video more to capture what the visitor experience is. So a couple of weeks ago, we took some fantastic video footage of the snowdrops at Dimmersdale. We're planning to do that with bluebell walks. And when we get to the autumn time, we're looking at autumn leaf fall in the National Forest and bringing out those vibrant colours in a video format. Video is the big thing in digital marketing. If you look on your Facebook feed now, you'll see that video is the first thing that Facebook will serve to you. So we need to get on that train and really get behind that. We're also looking to use Facebook more through what we call their Facebook Canvas adverts. These are fully immersive digital adverts that are contained within the mobile platform of Facebook. Again, these are fantastic tools available to us as destinations that enable us to integrate video, photographs, and really be able to tell the story of the forest. Another area where we're progressing work is an ever closer union with our destination management organisations. We've got Destination Staffordshire and Leicestershire Promotions that are represented here today. We've been undertaking some work over the last couple of months with some focus groups with tourism businesses, looking at opportunities at how we can engage better with you, streamline communications, and looking at the marketing offer that both we offer as the National Forest and also as the DMOs, and making that simple. So one of the outcomes that we're progressing is looking at how we can have joint listings on websites and how we can look at progressing more of a business support offer. So last slide is about how you can get involved. There's an opportunity for more of you as businesses to sign up to the Forest Life. And as I said, after today, we'll be emailing you all about how you can engage with the campaign. We're always on the lookout for Forest Life related events that we can populate on the website. There's no cost to yourselves to be able to do that. So please make use of the website and forward and feed your events to us. We also will be sending out our regular content calendar, so you'll see regular emails from ourselves looking for content to include as part of the e-newsletters and blogs. So please do respond to those and provide us with that content. And finally, we're asking you to think creatively about how you can develop new tourism products and experiences that fit with the essence of forest life. We're going to be exploring that in a little bit more detail this afternoon in the workshops. But as some examples of that, of what we've seen over the last 12 months, we partnered with Leicestershire Promotions and Charnwood Borough Council. There was a new edible forest festival that was developed last year, which had a really good fit with the essence of forest life. We've also partnered with South Derbyshire District Council and the Walking Festival. So this week we have got editorial and coverage, e-newsletters and online competitions supporting the Walking Festival. So the opportunities are endless, and it's worthwhile remembering that we do have a small grants fund at the National Forest Company that we call our Product Development Fund. So if you're looking to bring forward ideas that reinforce the distinctiveness of forest life, please do share those with us, because we do have some small amounts of grant funding that we can help to work with you to make things happen. Thank you very much.